I never believed in love at first sight. To me, love was supposed to be slow, steady, built on trust, time, and understanding. But then, it happened, unexpectedly, suddenly, and without warning. It was a rainy evening when I first met him. I had missed my bus home, and the streets were slick with water. My umbrella had flipped inside out, useless against the wind. I stood at the bus stop, soaked, irritated, and ready to cry. That's when a voice behind me said, "Looks like the weather is having a bad day too." I turned around. He was tall, with messy black hair and the kind of smile that makes you pause for a second. He held out his umbrella and tilted it so that it covered me too. "Thank you," I whispered, a little embarrassed. From that moment, we talked as if we had known each other for years. His name was Ian. He worked as a photographer, chasing stories with his camera lens. I told him I was studying literature and working part-time at a cafe. Something about him felt easy, natural, almost dangerous in its comfort. When the next bus finally came, we sat together. He got off 2 stops before mine. But before leaving, he said, "I don't usually do this, but I think fate wanted us to meet. Can I see you again?" My heart thudded. I nodded. Our meetings became frequent. Coffee dates that stretched into hours, long walks by the river, evenings where he showed me his photos, each frame filled with emotion. He made me laugh, he listened, he made me feel alive in a way I hadn't before. But the closer I got to him, the more a small voice inside me whispered, "Be careful. Don't lose yourself too fast." Still, I ignored it. Because love, if that's what it was, felt intoxicating. One night, while we sat under the city lights, I confessed, "I think I'm falling for you." His eyes softened. "Then fall. I'll catch you." Weeks passed, and I found myself living in a dream. But dreams, no matter how beautiful, have cracks. The first crack appeared when I saw him with another girl at the cafe where I worked. She laughed loudly, touching his arm, too familiar, too comfortable. My chest tightened. Later, when I asked him, his answer was casual. "She's just a friend. Don't overthink." I wanted to believe him. I chose to believe him. But then came the nights when he wouldn't answer my calls. The days when he disappeared without explanation. The messages that sounded distant, rushed, incomplete. The small voice inside me grew louder. What if you're just a chapter in his story, not the whole book? One evening, after waiting 2 hours for him at our usual spot, I decided to go to his apartment. I needed answers. The door opened, and there she was, the same girl from the cafe. Her hair was messy, like she had been there a while. My world spun. "Ian isn't here," she said, her tone sharp. I turned to leave, but then Ian appeared from inside, looking shocked, guilty, caught. "It's not what you think," he said quickly, reaching for me. "Then tell me what it is," I demanded, my voice breaking. Silence. His eyes avoided mine. That silence was the loudest truth. I walked away, tears blurring the city lights. Days turned into weeks. He tried calling, texting, even waiting outside my cafe. But I couldn't bring myself to forgive. The pain was raw, the betrayal heavy. And yet, every night, when I lay in bed, my heart whispered his name. Was it love, or just my mistake? I questioned everything. Did he ever mean it when he said he'd catch me? Or was I just one of many? People told me to move on, that he wasn't worth it. But love isn't something you can switch off like a light. It lingers, even when it hurts. One rainy evening, exactly a year after our first meeting, I found myself at the same bus stop. My umbrella was broken again, almost like life was mocking me. And then, I saw him. Ian, standing there, holding the same kind of umbrella, looking at me with the same eyes that once felt like home. For a moment, time folded back. We were strangers again, sharing a shelter from the rain. "Hi," he said softly, almost afraid. I swallowed hard. "Hi." We stood in silence, the rain filling the space between us. I wanted to ask why. I wanted to ask if he ever truly loved me. But instead, I said, "I don't know if what we had was love or just a mistake. But it changed me, and for that, I'll always remember you." His lips parted as if to speak, but I stepped onto the bus before he could. As the bus pulled away, I looked out at him one last time. He didn't chase me. He just stood there, still, like a memory frozen in the rain. Love or a mistake, sometimes the line is too thin to see. Maybe what we shared was both. It hurt, but it also taught me. It broke me, but it also built me. And though my heart still carries his shadow, I know now, real love is not about falling, it's about finding someone who never lets you go. So, was it love? Or a mistake? Maybe it was both, but it was mine.